Hi, this is Sandra from freedomsuccesscoaching.com and welcome to my video blog. Today we're going to be talking about self-doubt, because self-doubt is probably every time I speak to a client, self-doubt is always part of the equation, and it's something that I've battled with my whole life as well, so I know all about self-doubt. And you can't get rid of self-doubt in 3 easy steps, even though this is 3 tips to deal with self-doubt. These are just 3 tips that come from the knowledge of what you need to do to remove self-doubt. But self-doubt is removing it or getting over it or getting through it is a process in itself. But let's just start with the 3 tips. The first tip is essentially you need to stop worrying about what other people are thinking of you. Self-doubt is constantly worrying about, what are they going to think? They're not going to like me. They're not going to be interested in what I'm doing. They're not going to buy what it is that I'm offering. It's all about worrying about other people. And now I know that if you're in a business, it is important that people are interested in what you're doing and do want to buy from you. But it's more than that when you're coming up against self-doubt actually stopping you from actually getting out there and actually doing your business, because that's what it does. It acts as a block to actually being able to do the activities that you need to do to have the people come to you. If you doubt that you're good enough at something or what somebody's going to think of you, you're probably not going to do the activity. And so you end up never knowing whether you would have been good at it or not, because you didn't do it. Because self-doubt actually stops you from doing it. And why? Because somewhere in your past you learned that to do that activity or something very similar to it wasn't safe. It's not safe to speak up. It's not safe to put yourself out there. It's not safe to shine. It's not safe to sing. It's not safe to dance. It's not safe to do any of these things because perhaps in your childhood you were laughed at, you were criticized, you may even have been punished for doing these sorts of things. So the nervous system, being the wonderful protector that it is and its function, the nervous system being the ego, is protecting you from getting into trouble, being laughed at, and from being criticized. So that's what we've got to work on, the nervous system. And that's where EFT tapping comes in, and why I do a lot of tapping, because it helps calm the nervous system down so that you can start to let go of some of these issues that the nervous system's holding on to, so that the nervous system can start working for you rather than against you, and protect you, still protect you, but protect you while you're doing the things that you are wanting to do. So that's the first tip in self-doubt. It's about realizing why is what other people think of you such a concern, and how is that stopping you from acting? And where perhaps does that come from, and what are you going to do to change it? Secondly, self-doubt is also about comparing yourself to other people. So here we go again, it's to do with other people. Comparing yourself, I'm not as good as that person, or that person's is getting, good business and I'm not. Why not? What's wrong with me? Oh no, I could never be like that. They're way too outgoing and confident. I could never do that because I'm shy and introverted. All of this comparison that we do with ourselves compared to other people, and a lot of it's imaginary. All of the self-doubt, the things that we're worried about other people thinking about us from step 1, and here in step 2 where we're comparing ourselves to other people, is all in our heads, and it's something we've picked up from childhood, because maybe we really did have that experience in childhood. And let's face it, in our culture we're constantly being compared to each other. There's television shows all over the place that are competitions, dance competitions, singing competitions, where they criticise the hell out of the contestants. It's no wonder we're too scared to actually be creative and to express ourselves in the arts, because in our culture it now seems like artists are for the professionals only, and if you're just an everyday person, don't sing, people will laugh at you. Don't dance, people will laugh at you. You can't, draw or paint, you're not a professional artist, you haven't been to uni. These things, they stop us from doing what it is that we really want to do. So again, comparison. If you know that that's your issue, then find a way to do something about it. I recommend EFT tapping as a way that really helps with that. And thirdly, to do with self-doubt, dare to fail. Number 3, dare to fail. All the successful people out there failed hundreds more times than they succeeded. And they kept going. Why did they keep going? Because they didn't have self-doubt holding them back. They just said, okay, that didn't work, I'll try something else. Oh, that didn't work, I'll try something else. Oh, that didn't work, I'll try something else. Okay, well, that didn't work, what else can I do? They looked and allowed themselves to be inspired by their mistakes. And from their mistakes, they learned what not to do. And a lot of them are out teaching now about how to do it the right way. But even then, we are all individuals and things will work for us differently. Dare to fail. And if daring to fail is a huge block, again, reading a book or even just listening to somebody tell you 3 tips for overcoming self-doubt isn't going to help you. You need to take some kind of action, whether it's through emotional freedom technique or some other form of practice or modality. Do something about it, because self-doubt will hold you back and it will stop you from being the person you really are and expressing who you really are, which is probably far more awesome than you think. Okay, so that's my little rant today. I'm Sandra from Freedom Success Coaching, and I'll see you on the next video.